fault. I mean, you're lucky if you do, but you might want that $1,000. So there's more of that this afternoon. About 10 minutes from now, I will have that next keyword. Grab you $1,000 from the Buzzard bookie. No Guardians baseball tonight. They are taking a victory lap after sweeping the Oakland A's this past weekend. Very exciting for them. 6-2, 6-3, 10-2 was the final on Friday. Guardians will stick around and host the Boston Red Sox. Just played them at Fenway, and now the Sox are coming here. So tomorrow night, 6:10. But Game 2 of the Cavaliers playoff at the Romo Fijo is tonight. They handily defeated the Orlando Magic on Saturday afternoon. Take another crack at them tonight, a 7 o'clock tip-off. And so I have sent our own Rob Anthony out with 9 pair of tickets. I will give away a 10th pair here on the show later in the program. But Rob has got... now, I don't know if he's standing there with them fanned out like a proper lady in the antebellum South, fanning himself with them. I mean, it's not a warm day, right? I mean, it's 56 degrees. It's
a little sunny, though.
Hoodie weather, yeah.
It's good.
It's a good day for him to be out. You don't need an umbrella. Ella. Or anything like that. So over the next hour or so, I will give you 3 clues. Your first one is 1 million visitors a year.
Oh, your mom's house.
Cleveland, Bill.
Your mom's house, then.
My mom doesn't have a house. She lives with my sister.
Your mom's
your storage unit.
Yeah.
Your mom's storage unit. Your mom's prayer book. No, not my mom's house, Bill.
Oh, okay.
That's your first clue.
Can I ask a question, or are you not answering any questions?
Well, I don't want us to talk it out because that will end up
not
giving.
Talk it out, but like, is it Cleveland proper? Is it Cuyahoga County? Is it like, can you give parameters or not at all?
1 million visitors a year.
Yeah, there aren't that many places that get that.
Well, because the first thing that popped into my head is a far drive, and I was like,
well, that depends on where you are.
I'm thinking of like from Cleveland proper.
But that's all relative to where the person listening to me right now is. What do you mean? If I'm not sending anyone to Akron, if that's what you mean?
Not Akron. I was
Cleveland proper.
Okay, because what I thought was Cedar Point.
Nope.
But they probably have more than 1 million.
Again, I'm not sending anybody out to Cedar Point. No,
that's what I'm saying. Like,
they get all
go an hour.
Well, no, because my thought is those people aren't gonna come into town to go to the game.
Yeah.
Right? I want people who want to go to the game.
I get it. Okay.
Are you okay? Am I putting you to sleep in there?
No, I'm just not feeling very well today.
Oh.
I don't know if I'm getting sick. It has been about 2 months since I've been sick in New York City, which I think is a record. My throat's been sore for a few days, and I woke up.
Did you have a busy weekend?
I did.
Were you yelling at the top of your lungs?
Not yelling, but I had multiple shows every night, Thursday through last night. So,
You know how Mary likes those multiples, Bill.
Oh, gross.
Yeah, my boy Gaspar. I saw he was up there doing some
Dude,
stuff.
that's so funny. Gaspar Randazzo is
I didn't know he was a
comic.
I watched this show. Gwen and I love this show on Netflix called The Trust.
Yeah.
And Gaspar is one of the winners. I mean, I think 3 or 4 of them won.
Yeah.
And they split up this money, but they always said he was a teacher. I mean, he was funny on the show.
He is a teacher. I met him a few years ago when he was opening for your buddy Mr. D.
So
I had no
worked
idea that
weekend.
he was a comic.
Yeah.
He's been a comic for years. He's also still a full-time teacher. Or he was up until the Netflix show. And so he blew up in the last year or two with teacher sketches and stuff on Instagram and TikTok. And then he went on this Netflix show, so he's starting to sell tickets all over the country. So he's doing a lot more headlining work.
Yeah, because it's from Netflix's The Trust.
Yeah, so he's great. He's been a comic forever. He's really funny, super super nice guy. So yeah.
But no,
I'm just feeling a little. Yeah, I'm feeling like I'm gonna be sick tomorrow. You know that feeling where you're like, I know I have a feeling I'm gonna wake up and be full blown sick tomorrow, but we'll see.
Full blown AIDS?
I hope it's not that.
Boy, me too.
Wouldn't that be bad? That'd be
Although
terrible.
it's not a death sentence anymore, it's livable.
Yeah.
Yeah, you manage it now.
I'd probably come home if I had
HIV at least. You'd come home.
Maybe.
Your family would be like, "Oh my God, what a surprise, Mom!
Just spend the rest of my life.
I have AIDS."
my days with you guys.
Does it make you feel better? Will it put a little pep in your step to know that today is Terry Francona's birthday?
Happy birthday, Tito. Yeah, that's good.
He's 65 years old, which means he can finally retire.
Hey, just nailed it.
He's still running the Guardians, isn't he?
Not
So
really.
anyway, happy 65 to Terry Francona. Also, a billboard told me this morning that it is Tim Misney's birthday.
Oh, happy birthday, Tim.
A
Misney.
billboard told me that.
Big day.
I'm driving in. It's got his bald head cut out. He's got the perfect head to cut out and put on things, right? You just Photoshop his head, and it's a digital billboard. I think he owns half of them, or at least has rented half of them in Cuyahoga County, and he just his head with a birthday cap on, birthday hat. What do they call it? Like a little pointy hat, birthday hat, gesundheit. A little birthday hat on, and then digital confetti in the background. I don't know how old Tim Misney is, but
He's older than you'd think. I think he's in
the
his 70s.
billboard told me what?
Yeah.
How long is he planning on making them pay? I mean, at some point you got to give it up. How old is he? He's 69.
Ah, he's almost 70.
Ah.
Almost 70.
Yeah, well, he looks
Miz is
good.
going to make him hip, hip, hooray.
See, the thing is, too, is that when you're bald, you can kind of defy age because you don't have gray hair on your head. So it's a little more difficult to figure out how old somebody is, right? Also, when you're bald, you look more like a baby. And so, you're gonna just look younger when you're bald. Because I think there's something primal in people's brains that look at a bald person and they immediately read them as younger.
I don't know about that.
All right?
I feel like, because I have friends that are in their 20s and they're bald, and nobody's like, man, those guys look young.
Are they fat?
No.
Okay, because that would make it look even younger. All right, well, bald guys, do they have facial hair?
Not really. Just kind of like some scruff.
Yeah, okay. Well, then maybe it's just Tim Misney then. Maybe it's just him
I feel like
who looks fewer than his 69 years.
I feel like it's a different thing. Like in your 20s, going bald and like doing the shaved head thing makes you look older. But because you have that same look for so long, when you hit your 50s and 60s, then people think you're younger because there's no gray hairs.
Mm-hmm.
And if you take care of your skin, you can look pretty good still. So,
Yeah, I guess if you're young and you shave your head, people think you're sick or you were like going bald very prematurely. Nothing is sadder than that. One of my next door neighbor, my sophomore year in college. What are we, 19 years old, 20 years old? I mean, I don't even know if I was 20 yet, my sophomore year of college. And my next door neighbor, we're all about the same age, obviously. He had like this horseshoe pattern. I'm like, oh my God. I can't even like imagine that. You're in college. You're trying to get laid. You're trying to just,
There's some girls that are into it, though.
I didn't find any around him. I mean, he ended up.
Maybe he was just a douche.
No, he's a nice guy. He's a friend of mine. He's a smart dude, a brilliant guy. I mean, just very, very smart. So thank God he had that going for him because he's probably rich now. But nice guy, but not exactly brimming with confidence, obviously, because he was like, he was going bald, not in a cool way.
I have friends who are bald. Bald is never a look I've been into. I mean, to each their own, But I have friends who are bald, and I don't know if it is from insecurity, but they're always like, bald guys have more testosterone than regular men. That's why we lose our hair.
Yeah, I think
We're
that's
so
an old
good in
wives'
bed."
tale. Yeah, old wives' tale. Also, the amount of testosterone you have in your body has nothing to do with how good you are in bed.
I have no idea, but
You
I have
don't?
one friend in
Brian's not
particular.
full of testosterone?
he's not bald. I'm saying I have one bald friend in particular who always wants to throw out stats like that.
Yeah, well, it's not the motion. It's the motion of the ocean. Yeah, I mean, you can't blame them. You got to come up with a hook. But to me, when I see bald people, there's so much more preparation. You know, when we were in Florida, you look around at, like my father-in-law is bald, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so he's got to like slather his head, and we're out by the pool. I'm like, oh God, because you don't want to fry your dome. You got to even if it's just breezy out, you probably got to like wear a cap because you lose most of the heat in your body through your head. So it's like, man, you just got to, there's just extra steps you got to take. But like shaving your head and growing a goatee or something, I mean, that is a look. You don't want to look like John Travolta in that Hitman movie, but that's when he finally embraced the whole bald thing. From Paris with Love. Remember that? Where John Travolta is about 10, 15 years old, that movie? He was a hitman who was bald, and you still had a certain contingent of the movie-going public going, oh, my God, John Travolta in that bald cap. Like, nope. He has been wearing a wig for 20 years.
Looking up, like, a list of bald celebrities. The Rock is really the only one that I find attractive.
Well, yeah, everybody, but that's because of the neck down.
Jason Statham, he doesn't do it for me.
Really?
Vin Diesel. No, I think The Rock has a cute face.
Like I now pronounce you man and knife.
Vin Diesel has a hot body, but I don't think he's got a cute face.
Okay.
Terry Crews, Sean Connery. These are all old guys, too, though.
Tyrese.
Yeah.
Is Tyrese bald? Oh, Tyrese is pretty good looking.
Yeah, but there isn't a black guy alive who doesn't look good with his head shaved. So I'm just thinking
Scottie Pippen.
No, I'm just thinking of white celebrities.
When Scottie Pippen shaved his head, he had a very wrinkly noggin.
Well, okay, but even that's better than those little Coolio, things he had going.
You know who does it for me? That's bald is Shamar Moore.
Well, yeah, he's an
amazing.
amazing.
He's a black
guy,
but yeah, he is beautiful.
Yeah,
he might be the only. Him and The Rock are the two bald guys that are. They could do it.
Plus, I think Shamar Moore, he's a lot older than he looks, too. He was on, like, The Young and the Restless for, like, 30 goddamn years. Then he breaks into primetime. Then his show gets kicked.
54.
Huh?
He's 54.
All right. Well, maybe he's really young on TV then. I thought he was older than that because now that his primetime show got canceled, he goes, oh, I'd be willing to go back to The Young and the Restless. Like, yeah, of course. And they'd be lucky to have you. Hey, Roman.
Hey, guys. How are you?
What's going on?
Just a current bald guy here. Calling into the show.
Oh, good for you.
I don't know about the other stats you guys are throwing out there, but I have seen that bald people are more trusted than non-bald people because they have nothing to hide. They're just coming as they are,
Is the implication that people are hiding things under their hair? I mean, most people aren't literally hiding things on their body. They're hiding things in their brain.
You never know.
Yeah, you never do know. Okay, so bald. I mean, Professor X, dealer's choice, whether or not you believe that guy. But,
absolutely.
Yeah, you're a bald guy, though, Roman?
I'm a bald guy lucky enough to be able to grow a beard, so yes.
Well, yeah, every guy who goes prematurely bald, boy, they are hairy. Every other, this kid I knew right next door to me, this guy, his arms, he looked like a goddamn gorilla. I'm like, God, what a terrible genetic bouillabaisse you got born into. Oh, my God. It's like you can grow hair everywhere but on your head. And, okay, thank you, Roman. Congratulations for all that follicular management. I've got $1,000 here for you, as promised. It's courtesy of the Buzzard Bookie. Listen closely, and I hope you win.
This is your chance to bet with the Buzzard Bookie and win $1,000 now. Enter this nationwide keyword at WMMS.com. Bank. That's bank. Enter it now at WMMS.com.
There's not a lot of info on this story, but I was quite shocked to see this because we talked about her not long ago. This woman named Candace Straub, who was the first female officer to be appointed to the Parma Police SWAT team. Remember we talked about her? Mm-hmm. She died.
Oh.
Dang.
And
Line of duty?
They doesn't say that. Nope. Doesn't say that. The Parma Police Facebook page didn't provide any details regarding the manner of her death, but this was a big deal. The Parma Police Department had... She had joined in December of 2019, and she was the first female to be on their SWAT team. So, Parma there was big news. And she passed away. And they're being very... they had, visitation and funeral information on the City of Parma Facebook page. But other than that, they buried her this morning. And I imagine that information will come out after that, but that's, I guess, sad for the Parma Police Department, her family, but that was very, very, very strange. I always want to know more information, and I know it's not mine to know because it's a personal thing, but I'm curious. You know, Bill, I've never lost my sense of childlike wonder.
Oh, you had it?
Of course. Of course. I've always had a sense of childlike wonder.
You look, someone that had a sense of childlike wonder would pull on their jeans before they buy it.
Yeah, somebody called me about those jeans, but their phone kept cutting out, so not a call that I'm going to air, but they were saying that slim jeans now have been like stretchy jeans for a long time, except, which I'm aware of, but I don't want that. I like hard jeans. I like to work them in. I don't want to put stuff on that feels like jeggings. Now, you guys, as it turned out, absolutely correct. I didn't look on the inside of the jeans.
Yeah.
Ah.
It sounded like you just saw your size and grabbed it.
Well, yeah, you're partially correct because my size isn't always there. I'm a 32-30. And so my size isn't always there. So I look for the size, and then obviously it's got to be like the kind of the color that I like. Can't be too dark, can't be too light. And so I did, I grabbed it. But then when I put them on, I was like, what is this? So yeah, no, but that's, again, that's why it's become so difficult to figure out where your sizes are. Because if they can just be any size now, like you're in the ballpark of what the size is. And I know...
Well, then you could probably go down a little bit.
But I know why companies are doing this and have been doing it for a long time, because they want people to be able to pretend that they're the size they say they are. And they're like, oh, look, I can still fit into my high school pants. No, they're bursting at the seams, homie. But
Dude.
it's frustrating because I need to know, like, this is the size of these pants. Not I put them on and I'm wearing jeggings.
I am a different size in pretty much every brand of pants that I
And
wear.
by the way,
I'm a different size in the different colors of jeans.
I'm sure
like
that
black jeans fit different than lighter jeans.
well, color's got nothing to do with it.
Well,
I'm telling
actually,
you,
it does. Darker washes
Why?
tend to be tighter. Darker washes, because of the dyes in them, tend to be tighter.
Right, but my point
I was
is-
a denim expert at American Eagle.
My,
That's what I'm saying.
my
Don't
point
mess
is,
with her.
if they're all stretch,
It doesn't matter. A darker washes, any kind of material, a darker wash jean is going to tend to be a little bit more rigid and a little bit tighter. They run smaller.
well, that's what I'm looking for. I like them rigid. I like
Yeah.
that raw selvage jean. I like that.
There's like some places I'll shop. I'm typically like usually an 8 or a 10 in jeans, but then there's other places that don't do that sizing for women. They do like regular. So then I'll be like, okay, like I'm 27, 28, sometimes a 29, sometimes a 30. Sometimes I'm a 12. One time I put on pants not that long ago that were a 14, and I'm like, so I'm an 8 at this store, I'm a 14 over there, I'm a 32 here,
That's
I'm
what
a
I'm
27
saying.
there. Like it makes
Well, that's why you got to
no
try them
sense.
on.
I know I'm coming
Yeah.
late to this. I know they've been pulling the wool over women's eyes for a long time. They're like, oh no, you're a size 6.
No,
And
we're not.
they're just resizing these things, or
Yeah.
No, I didn't try them on. I was in a bit of a hurry and I didn't do that. So that is on me. But there was nothing on the outside of the jeans that would have indicated that. I guess I should have checked the inside of the jeans.
But they're not going to put it on the outside. You want them to say stretch down the right thigh so that
Well, yeah.
everyone knows?
Absolutely. I mean, yes, because jeans are very specifically marked now, right? It's on the size is on the waistband. There's a sticker down the inseam. Like, it's a whole thing. That's why I kind of did a cursory glance at it and didn't see anything to indicate that. And I didn't pull it from whatever. Who cares? But you guys were right. But it's annoying because I'm not trying to walk around in jeggings. I'm
Just
trying to
because
walk
they have a
around.
little
I'm trying to
stretch
walk around in
them does not make them
dungarees, Mary.
jeggings.
Huh?
A little bit of stretch does not make them jeggings.
They might as well, for dudes, they might as well be. Like I said, I know you girls have been walking around in this stuff for a long, long time. I don't know when they started making all the guys' jeans stretch.
For 20
2004.
years. Yeah.
20 years?
20 years.
Seriously?
Yes.
Yes, I worked at American
Well,
Eagle
then I
in
guess
high school.
I guess I have been dancing between the raindrops for 20 years then, boy.
But that's also a very man thing to do, is that you find a pair of jeans that you like the fit of. Brian has been buying the same Levi, I don't know what number it is, 521 or whatever it is. He's been buying the exact same type of jean for years. And I feel like men do that. You find 1 or 2 clothing items that you like, and that's it for the rest of your life.
But that's what I'm saying. You used to be able to do that. But now, like Bill's talking about, like, oh, this one's different than this, and this one's... So, I don't know.
You just got to... I mean, if you go to the Levi's website, I'm sure you'll find the ones that you want that don't have the stretch fabric. They're probably called like classic or original fit or something like that.
Yeah, except I don't want to. All those. That's. If I can only get what I want in some kind of stretchy thing, that's going to be weird. I'm going to have to figure something else out because
that's what
I'm not wearing carpenter jeans, right? I'm not wearing like athletic fit, which is for nobody who's actually engaged in. I know what they mean by that. There's nobody who's actually engaged in any athletic activity. Yes, it is athletic fit. This is what I mean. They're like lying to people, make them feel better. That is the crux of marketing. I understand that, but still. Hey, Roger.
Yes.
What's up?
Yes, this is Roger from Ridgeville.
Uh-huh.
Hey, you guys were talking about trying on pants and stuff. I have bought shoes, the same kind of shoes. You buy one, you get one for half off, the exact same size, put them in the closet, never tried them on. Try them on like the 6 months later, they don't fit. Same exact size. And they said it was Tom McCann's. Remember Tom McCann's shoe store?
I do remember Tom McCann, yeah.
And I took them back, and the guy says, he looked them up. He said one was made in the summertime and one was made in the fall, and they actually get them from two different countries.
Huh.
And that size 10, I only wear a 10, but it's a quad E.
Yep.
Maybe like in Thailand, a quad E is a D.
So it's a quality control issue, but globally.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm with Bill. I have bought a pair of pants that maybe just vary in color, and they don't fit the same.
Yep. I think the kind that Alan wants.
That's why I only, from now on, Roger, I'm only wearing white jeans.
Don't do that.
And I only try them on right in the middle of the aisle.
You got it now. That's right. Oh, I forgot, ma'am. Today I forgot I went commando today. My apologies. Just let me slip these on. I'll get them right off.
I'm the Roger from Ridgeville that got pissed on by the Tigers. The one time I called in.
Yes,
yeah, I vaguely remember that. Yes, thank you. All right, well, a fine return engagement, Roger. Thank you.
Yeah, so if you see me and I smell like a lion or a tiger and I'm trying on pants, just leave me alone.
Give him a wide berth. Yep, you get away from Roger before. Okay, thank you. There's Roger. Roger. I've got to take another break here. If you're on hold, I'll grab you on the way back. I want to send a text, 35192. You can listen anywhere on the iHeart Radio app.
And now, a Buzzard bookie safe bet. If you gotta be in court, always check behind the toilets for bribe money that hasn't been collected yet.